Um, when I hear crime in the media, I think of rape, murder, burglary, assault.
When I think of crime, I think of murder and burglary.
When I think of crime, I think of all the people in the jails, so I pretty much think of the consequences that people have to deal with for committing the crime. I also think about the criminal themselves and wonder if they just did it because they're a bad person or if they had a reason for what they did.
If you were reading a crime fiction novel, and if the author had not described the criminal in too much detail, what image would form in your mind as you read the book? You might think you're not as biased at all, but the truth is, most of us think of stereotypes of criminals that we have been formed over the years, thanks to televisions and movies. Roughnecks who are unkempt, look and smell dirty. Thugs with massive muscles and visible tattoos. African Americans with dreadlocks or shaven heads. And so on. This is exactly the same reason as to why we also shy away from sinister-looking strangers on the streets and warn our children to beware of them. Are we actually wrong to let bias and stereotypes see the way we perceive criminal intent of people? Or is it just the survival instinct telling us to be careful and to protect ourselves? If so, then we are leaving ourselves vulnerable to the criminal kinds that look and act normal. They are just your average people next door, and you tend to trust them instinctively because your bias and perception of the criminal stereotype tells you they are safe.
Think of a criminal, I think that he's African American, about 5'8", probably didn't grow up in a good home environment, kinda rugged around his face, nappy hair, not clean. That's pretty
Is against him. Articulate it better, Sean. It's so sad to me.
We can't even say you're articulate. We can't even give you guys compliments.
Half of the kids in this country under 5 years old are minorities. White people are having fewer. Put it bluntly, we need more babies.
I dealt with people like this for 20 years. They will get up every day, they will kill somebody and go have some chicken at KFC.
Characteristics of a criminal are black, baggy pants,
When I think of a criminal, I think of a young man who is kind of expressionless and doesn't really show emotion in their face, and they're probably dirty and dressed pretty plainly, and their hair is messy and unkempt, and they probably don't keep up with their physical appearance that much.